Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greatest players the game of basketball has ever seen, still considered the most skilled center, the incredible fundamentals, two-way specialist, Dream accomplished one of the most rewarding titles, absolutely unstoppable in his prime due to winning only 2 championships and 1 MVP. His name might get left off many top 10s, but every time the 6'10 phenom played in the biggest stage, always made sure no other got the best of him. Due to unfortunate circumstances and the Rockets' weak front office, before the championship years, Hakeem once upon a time labeled not a winner and more of a whiner when all-time greats like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird won all their MVPs and championships by age 30. Dream still seeking for his first most valuable player trophy and title. Every all-time great's path to reaching the promised land happens differently. Bill Russell and Magic Johnson won their first titles in their rookie years. Larry Bird and Tim Duncan their second seasons. Each had won 3 rings before their 31st birthday. It took the Nigerian prodigy 10 seasons to earn a title. He might have only won a regular season MVP, but played far better in the playoffs than many all-time greats. We all know how incredible Dream was the 94 and 95 playoff runs, but let's take a dive at Hakeem going up against the best centers and how much he outplayed the other all-time great bigs. Starting with 1986 Conference Finals, his first big test against 39-year-old Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, arguably the greatest player all time at that point in time. 23-year-old Dream, many thought just blessed to make it that far in just his second season, although the way more established Jabbar, coming off his 4th championship and 2nd Finals MVP, played 79 games, super similar scoring numbers, both 23.5 points, Hakeem almost 2 more blocks, way more mobile. The best young big in the game, also averaged 2 steals. LA won 62 games, Houston just 51. Showtime, viewed as unstoppable in the West, supposed to steamroll through the competition, just like they have in previous years. But just a week past his 39th birthday, Jabbar steamrolled through the Mavs, averaged an astonishing 29.3 points, 6 and 4. Nearly 2 steals and 2 blocks on 60% shooting, winning in 6 games, crazy longevity. Jabbar first team All-NBA above Dream, while teams like the Lakers, Celtics, and the early 86ers, then the late 80s Bad Boy Pistons dominated. LA and Boston were supposed to face off for a 3rd straight season in the finals, but Dream said to hell with that, wasn't intimidated by Showtime's presence, put up 28 and 16 along with 4 blocks on 10 of 14 shooting game 1, but Kareem just as impressive, 31, 6 and 3 blocks, made 13 shots, helped the Lakers take a 1-0 series lead. Hakeem understood if he didn't win game 2, series can easily slip away. Many anticipated the Lakers to sweep. An incredible all-around effort, 22 points, 13 rebounds, 4 steals, and 6 block masterpiece. Jabbar just held to 21 points on 9 of 26 shooting. Afterwards, the 23-year-old only got started, continued the onslaught, a 40-point, 12-rebound game 3. Jabbar did have 33. Incredible skyhooks on display over the Twin Towers, while Kurt Rambis and Maurice Lucas had no answers for Dream's quickness, the offensive rebounds, defensive anticipations, even stealing the ball from Magic Johnson. Hakeem absolutely relentless, a turnaround finger roll with a minute 20 left, pushed the cushion, combined with the success of blocking a couple of cap shots, the non-skyhook ones. Hakeem continued his array of moves in game 4, a 35.8 rebound, 4 block game. Jabbar held to 24, being super quick, whether on the post or on the fast break. Young Hakeem made his moves before the double teams even developed. His help defense saved a bunch of Jabbar easy baskets, became the most intimidating presence in the NBA. Up 3-1, a super physical game 5, plenty of fights and altercations. Dream had his 30 points, 3 steals, and 4 blocks effort in 36 minutes. Kareem 26 and 13. The Shake and Bakes ignited his team on his back, but over 5 minutes left. Hakeem and Mitch Kupchak got into a fight, ejected in the most crucial time, but teammate Ralph Sampson put on the finishing touches, a miraculous game winner to help Houston get to the finals. An incredible 31 point, 11 rebound, over 2 steals and 4 block average. Where's Kareem 27, 7 and 2.5 blocks? If anything, this series also says a lot about Kareem's incredible durability. Although Hakeem got the best of arguably the NBA's greatest player all time before 90s Jordan, leading the Rockets in scoring last 3 games, eliminating 3 All-Star starters including Magic Johnson, James Worthy, and Jabbar, Hakeem's playoff success against some of the greatest bigs just got started. Which leads us to the 1994 finals, Hakeem versus Patrick Ewing, an epic showdown. The two had their crazy rivalries, In the NCAA, two of the most prominent giants in college basketball during the 80s, one of the most anticipated national title games in '84, Georgetown the edge over Houston, but Patrick decided to stay another year with the Hoyas, while Dream after 4 years of college, the #1 pick in the '84 draft, Rockets heavy contenders in '94, became the second player to win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year the same season, led Houston to 58 wins without another star, faced up against 9 All-Stars the '94 playoff run, outplaying every single one of them. En route to earning his first title, after a tough series where Stockton and Malone's Jazz, New York had the better supporting cast, with physical Charles Oakley and sharpshooting John Starks, along with Patrick Ewing, the big 3 All-Stars that season. While no other Rocket averaged over 14 points a game, Dream led his team in all 5 major statistical categories, both playoff and regular season, while Kenny Smith, Vernon Maxwell, Robert Horry, and Otis Dork, the other starters, an incredible carry job. Ewing, being an excellent jump shooter, held to just 9 of 35 from the field, 24 total points. The 2 regular season games versus Hakeem. The first meeting December 2nd, Dream 37 and 13, Patrick just 12 and 8 on a rough 4 of 20 shooting. February 24th, Hakeem 29 and 20, Patrick just 12 and 11 on 5 of 15 shooting. Of the 16 regular season matchups before the '94 finals, Hakeem's Rockets won 10 of them over Ewing. Looking at the numbers, Hakeem absolutely got the best of Patrick Ewing, offensively and defensively. Held the former #1 pick to an abysmal 36% from the field, just under 19 points, 12.5 boards. Ewing did average 4.3 blocks, but the pressure got to the New York legend, making 58 shots of 160 attempts, while Hakeem averaged 27 points and 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, and shot a normal 50% from the field, while making 17 more shots than Ewing on 10 fewer attempts. Houston's second option, Maxwell, averaged just 13.4 points, while John Starks averaged nearly 18 a game. Derek Harper over 16 points, would have been the finals MVP most likely had New York won the series. But not once did any of the 7 games did Ewing outscore Hakeem. The very first game, Dream took matters to his own hands, 28 and 10, while Ewing 23 points on 26 shots. Even in the losses, Hakeem showed up and balled out, 25 points game 2 on 21 shots against the best defense in the league, having Ewing, Oakley, Anthony Mason, and Hubert Davis down low, hounding the very best player. Ewing 16 points, 7 of 19 shooting. Game 2, New York won 91-83. The third game, Hakeem had 21, 11, and 7 on just 8 of 20 shooting, but Ewing 18 points on 29 shots. Although Patrick got heavy backlash this series, to his credit, made many great defensive plays, had Hakeem work every ounce of his energy, making those tough shots, especially with the insane chase down block to end the first half of Game 3. Dream displayed his entire bag of skills over the older Ewing, knew when it was the right time to pass it. Rookie Sam Cassell dreamed the dagger Game 3 win, despite scoring twice as many points as Ewing in Game 4, even going 14 of 20 shooting. Patrick a brutal 8 of 28, New York a 91-82 win. Pat Riley's Knicks, known for their physicality and toughness, Hakeem thought nothing of the Anthony Mason toss, not even close to his worst nightmare. When matched up, Hakeem's fadeaway literally unstoppable, too quick, too skilled. The 5th game, put up 27 and 8, but Ewing 25 and 12 with 8 blocks. The only game Patrick and Hakeem went toe-to-toe with a better supporting cast. Knicks took a 3-2 lead, but in Game 6 back in Houston, Hakeem responded with 30 of the team's 86 points, 11 of 21 from the field. Ewing held to just 6 of 20 shooting, had 17 rebounds, each had 4 blocks. Despite Ewing having some incredible defensive moments, Dream absolutely relentless, kept attacking. Before the game-saving block on John Starks, many forgot about his steal with 40 ticks left, leading to a deciding Game 7. Hakeem made sure to prove who's truly the best, a 25-point, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 block game over Ewing's 17 points, just 7 of 17 shooting, and 5 turnovers. Even on a couple of his made baskets, Hakeem made it extremely tough, got the job done on both ends, winning a ring with all his teammates combined, just averaging 59 points in the finals. For Hakeem to dominate a top 10 center all time in that type of magnitude, prime Hakeem absolutely belongs in the discussion as best peak big men at the height of his powers, which leads us to the 1995 conference finals. The 6-seeded Rockets battled through the 60-win Jazz and 59-win Suns, outplaying 2 of the best power forwards, Karl Malone and Charles Barkley. San Antonio's David Robinson won MVP. San Antonio's 62-win powerhouse, edging Houston 5 times in 6 matchups in the regular season. But Game 1, Dream poured in 27, 8, and 6 with 5 blocks. Robinson just 21 points on 7 turnovers, 5 of 17 from the field. Robert Horry, a go-ahead game winner. Few days later, after seeing Robinson handed the MVP trophy for the pregame ceremony right before Game 2, many road teams would have been happy to just take one game on the road, but an extra motivated Hakeem knew that should have been his award. Had a masterful 41 point, 16 rebound, 3 steal and 2 block performance. Robinson did ball out with 32 and 12. This series just absolutely proved skill trumped athleticism. The epic Dream Shake, still one of the greatest moves the game has ever seen. San Antonio did fight back, took the next 2 in Houston, but Hakeem a 43 point and 11 rebound, 5 block Game 3, Robinson 29 and 9, one of the most forgotten Hakeem performances due to the loss, but the crazy spin moves, Robinson had absolutely no chance one-on-one. Even in that loss, Hakeem absolutely destroyed, abused, annihilated, absolutely shitted on Terry Cummings, Robinson, and Rodman, even 2 of them at the same time when they try to guard him.
10 to shoot. Look at this, look at this. Goaltending and a foul. That is incredible that a man can be that quick. I guarantee you, even the San Antonio Spurs are amazed at this move.
Every time Hakeem was playing single coverage, you knew it was a guaranteed basket. While the 4th game, the only performance Hakeem was off, just 20 points on 9 of 24 shooting, Robinson also had 20. Series tied heading back to the Alamo. Dream another masterpiece, an incredible 42.9 rebound, 8 assists, 5 block Game 5. Robinson a lackluster, not so MVP type, 22 point and 12 rebound effort. Hakeem set the tone, wasted no time getting into business. Also killed the Spurs with his mid-range jumpers, giving him those shots since he was absolutely unstoppable on the post. A dominant 21-point easy victory. Every team took a road game, but Hakeem said enough of that. Held the MVP to just 19 and 10 on 6 of 17 shooting in the closeout. Another masterpiece for Dream, 39 big points, 17 boards, 5 blocks, 16 of 25 from the field. One of the best closeout conference finals games all time, just like how Kobe did the Suns in 2010. Dream absolutely put on another breathtaking performance. The array of moves, a master at his craft, locked down the paint as usual, the closest thing to a basketball magician out there, the best at creating separation with his spin moves. Dream was simply on another level, absolutely had no flaws in his game, motivated all his guys, having the heart of a champion, while coach Rudy Tomjanovich heavily outcoached Bob Hill. San Antonio also dealt with dysfunctions with the troubled Dennis Rodman. Hakeem's unguardable moves, literally the closest thing we've seen to a basketball god. Even if the defense prepared, Dream had all the perfect counter moves. The footwork, body control, instincts, and amazing touch allowed the beauty of the Dream Shake to pull up one of the most unbelievable title runs. Looking at the regular season West Conference Finals matchup, 28 and 11 for Robinson, 53% from the field, well-deserved MVP, but played below standards versus Hakeem, 24 and 11 against an all-time great opponent in the postseason, simply doesn't cut it, especially shooting under 45% from the field for the series, averaged fewer steals and blocks, while Hakeem increased his point average from 28 a game to over 35, even more efficient against a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year winner. Anybody whoever wants to compare Robinson versus Hakeem in a debate, the numbers in the 95 series simply doesn't lie. Hakeem way more superior, and David arguably a top 20 player all time, but Hakeem was simply at another stratosphere. The following series, 1995 NBA Finals versus 23-year-old Shaquille O'Neal, who would be the next best player after Jordan. Still a debate between who's the greater player all time. The what-if scenarios, if 2000 Shaq played against the 95 version of Hakeem, who gets the best of who? Over the 4-game series, Hakeem put up an incredible 33-point average, 11.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 2 steals and 2 blocks on 48% shooting from the floor, while Shaq, despite not winning a game in those finals, the Rockets simply too much for the young Magic team, but credit to the young big fella to hold his ground, did much better against Hakeem than Ewing and Robinson. Dream's defense also absolutely sensational, even put his body on the line to draw a bunch of offensive fouls on the most imposing player since Wilt Chamberlain, putting his body out there multiple times. Horace Grant also had no chance guarding Hakeem. The turnaround teardrops, a feathery touch, Dream got to his sweet spots time after time. After the Nick Anderson choke job in OT, Dream right place, right time for the game-winning tip, stealing game 1 on the road, continued the onslaught in game 2. Both bigs balled out. Hakeem 34 and 11 with 4 blocks, a blazing start, took young Shaq to school, a 117-106 easy win, but the results of the game wasn't actually that close. Houston blew out Orlando from start to finish. Magic just scored a bunch in garbage time. The third game, Hakeem continued his dominance, 31-14-7, Shaq 28-10-6. Both men went back and forth. Shaq was unstoppable in the paint. The physicality did give Hakeem some trouble, but Dream a way deeper back with an outside shot. Houston up 1 with 15 ticks left, a chance to take a commanding 3-0 series lead. Robert Horry a dagger bomb after the double team on Hakeem, making all the right plays at the right time. With just a win away from completing the most difficult title run all time, Dream absolutely got the best of O'Neal, a 35.15 rebound closeout, while Shaq 25 and 12, no match. Rockets pulled away fourth quarter. Every time Dream took a fadeaway, Orlando was relieved, knowing Shaq wouldn't pick up a foul. O'Neal actually played great for the series and held his own in the paint, but Hakeem absolutely just too much, just like how he schooled Ewing and Robinson, did the same with Shaq with the Dream Shakes. Drained the dagger 3-point bomb to cap off the greatest title run all time. O'Neal got so angry, getting outplayed by Hakeem, even wrote a letter to Dream demanding a one-on-one challenge that nearly happened a couple months later with $1 million prize on the line. On pay-per-view, even aired out, but ended up not happening. After winning his second title, Hakeem proved why he's the greatest center in the best big men era. Although O'Neal would get his revenge in '99, beating a past his prime 36-year-old Hakeem 3-1, Houston already way too old then. In the 22 games, these 4 series against Kareem, Ewing, Robinson, and Shaq, Hakeem averaged 31.2 points, 11 rebounds, 3.5 blocks, 4 assists, almost 2 steals, 52% shooting on 75% from the line. Although he might not be the most accomplished regular season player, didn't have the longevity of Kareem or the insane power of Shaq and Wilt. When it came to the best of the best, Hakeem Olajuwon absolutely dominated and truly has a case for best peak center all time at his very best. Despite Michael Jordan, the greatest player all time, not taken first overall, the fact that nobody ever mentions Hakeem being picked ahead of Jordan as a mistake shows the greatness of the Dream. Had it not been the injuries to Ralph Sampson and a couple other teammates having drug problems and banned from the NBA, some of Hakeem's best role players in the 80s, Olajuwon might have competed with Jordan in multiple finals, the biggest what-if basketball rivalry that never happened. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't ever underestimate Hakeem Olajuwon in your all-time rankings. Otherwise, show the doubters this video. Thanks so much again for watching. It's Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the most underrated all-time greats. Let me know in the comments below, what's your favorite Hakeem moment? I'd love to get your thoughts. See you next time.